We have to go into this realizing that people can be very different from one another. And so we have to be good listeners. We have to listen carefully to what a person needs and be led by the Lord to respond to them in ways that are helpful to them. I can think of a couple of different examples of young women that I've mentored over the years, and one of them, as an example, I spent a whole year with her, meeting every other week, going through scriptures with her together. She was a pastor's wife, and she had been in the scripture for a long time. It wasn't new to her, but what I could see was that she wasn't happy. And I finally realized that she is a very creative person, and she needed to be doing something creatively. And I finally told her, I really think that you need to be outside, getting your hands dirty and working in your garden and worshiping outdoors. I felt that she wasn't really worshiping. That connection with God just wasn't what it should be. She was going through the motions of the Bible study, but the real worship wasn't there. And for her, what it took was getting that connection with God by worshiping. And she worshiped best when she was outdoors and seeing His beauty. And I compare that with another young woman who was from a Middle Eastern country. And she had not been a person who was immersed in the scripture all her life. And for her, it was about, our relationship was built on a relationship of close friendship and love. And her feeling loved and cared for, and that she knew that I would be there for her. I listened and listened. She had some real struggles that she was going through. They were about as different as you could be, and I could see that truly one size does not fit all. I learned that I was not there to fix their problem. And I think the temptation can be, I have to come up with answers and I have to fix their problem. And that really isn't necessarily true. I began to learn that the best way for me to respond was to be asking good questions, not making pronouncements, but just really being able to ask the good questions to get that person thinking. Mentors have to really learn what it is to keep confidences very well and to be completely trustworthy and to not talk about another person's example, letting them know who it is. You never use a name. You never identify them because they have to feel that they have your trust and that they know that you won't express what they've told you, because you want them to be able to pour out their hearts. And finally, I think the thing I would really make an emphasis on is to help people to find their answers in Scripture and to help them to find the Scriptures that they need. If they don't know where to look for themselves, to direct them to the kinds of Scriptures that will really help them. I'm right now going to look up a couple of verses. I didn't have a concordance or a Bible with me when I was talking to a young woman. I need to go find the verses that I know will be helpful for her in her situation of a young woman I just spoke with this morning. So we go back to the Scriptures to find our answers.